Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Cyber TV News. In today's video, I will be troubleshooting my PC. Next, I will be installing a to-port PCI Express or S2 to DB9 serial port card followed by Cisco console cable 9-pin DB9 female serial or S2 to port to our J45 male Cat5 Ethernet LAN rollover. The main technical reason of this video is to connect a Cisco Catalyst switch Model 3560C series to my PC using PuTTY for configuration purposes. The Cisco Catalyst is a great switch that can be used for lab training purposes, and with the intention to learn how to configure it at the same time. This video might help anyone trying to figure out why the COM port is not working, or detecting your USB adapter, or your DB9 serial port cable. During this process, I purchased some of those items that you are seeing on the screen at Amazon. The PC was not able to detect any of those cables and adapters. Nevertheless, after many hours of troubleshooting, watching many videos in YouTube about how to fix this problem, the effort was useless, causing lots of frustration on my end. I started to wonder if these people were correct about fixing this problem. Many of those videos I watched, people provided good solutions to fix the issue, but what they were not saying was that they already had a DB9 serial port already installed in their PCs. As you can see in the video, I was pointing out each solution that was used to try to establish the communication between the switch and my PC. As mentioned earlier, all attempts were unsuccessful. Up next, I am going to mention some of the things I did to try to make the serial COM port to work first. At the beginning, the COM port option was not even being displayed on my PC at all. By following some of the videos in YouTube, I managed to open up Device Manager, click on Options, then chose Legacy Connections. After clicking the Legacy option, the computer was able to display the COM port connection. Other devices option was there, but it was useless. It did not allow any communication between the USB adapter and the serial cable. I literally installed a few drivers I found online, running a risk of contaminating my PC with a virus. Luckily, thank God, I have an antivirus installed. I had a little trouble trying to display the Add Legacy Hardware option. Then, I decided to click on the Silicon Labs driver. Then the action button worked and showed me the option to add the legacy hardware. Once I clicked Install Add a Legacy Hardware, a new window wizard popped up, guiding me and suggesting me how to install this Windows driver. I started to follow the prompts on the screen. I chose Search for and Install the hardware automatically. Recommended. Then next twice, a new option popped up. I had to choose a hardware type. I scrolled down until I found the option for ports, COM and LPT. I clicked on Next again, then I left the rest as a default option. After clicking Next again, the installation wizard took me to the lost part of the installation, which was to click on the Finish tab. But my surprise was, when I read the error message on the screen, Windows cannot determine the settings for this device error, code 34. That was strange to me. After reading through the message error code, I started to think, what would I get this error code? I clicked on the Finish tab, then the port, COM and LPT, was displayed but with an exclamation point on the actual communications port. I decided to double click on it to bring up another window and try to update the driver. I chose Search Automatically option, but Windows message was the best driver, for this device has been installed. I was like, this is not helping at all. I also read another error messages in the communication window as well. At this point, I decided to opt in for thorough online research about this technical problem. All these solutions found from Reddings and watching videos kept me going in circles, and finishing up at the beginning of the problem again. After going through so much troubleshooting with no solution, frustration was present at the moment. In my mind, why am I wasting my time watching these videos that in the end they all provide the same steps to try to solve the problem for them? But not for me. Hey, at least those videos were a good start to figure out the problem. Once I got tired of going in circles, I started to think in a logical way, and used my knowledge I received from the A+ certification I got at school. Then I questioned, why would that port work when it does not even have a serial port PCIe card installed on the motherboard? If it had one, I could connect my DB9 Cisco console serial cable on the back of my PC. Duh, Jesus. I am really dumb, hahaha. This is the reason why I am doing this video, to solve this problem once and for all and help those that are experiencing this problem. Up next, I went online to Amazon again, and spent about my good 30 minutes looking for the right parts for my PC. As you can see on the video, I found the 2-port PCI Express or S232DB9 serial port card for Windows, and the Cisco cable 9-pin DB9 serial cable. These two are the perfect combination to establish that communication between the PC and the Cisco switch using PuTTY. Let me tell you something, my PC is 2008 HP Pavilion with an AMD Phantom CPU, with 7GB RAM, 500GB hard drive, that originally had Windows Vista, which I upgraded from Vista to Windows 7 Pro, then to Windows 10 Pro. Pro tip, at one point, my hard drive failed and I replaced it. Then I replaced the CMOS battery size 2032 that was failing, and making my PC very slow, causing a blue screen of death, and causing many crashes, followed by the clock being off as well. In this part of the video I am displaying the Cisco Catalyst Switch 3560C. These two parts are my last option and my last resource. To establish that communication between the switch and the PC, I purchased both parts off of Amazon. Surprisingly, they came in quick. I had to return the rest of the cables and adapters because they were useless to me at this point. By the way, I am going to post the link below of both parts, just in case if someone wants to buy it in the next part of the videos. I will get my hands on action by installing the serial port card, the Cisco console cable, and the driver installation disk to make that serial port card work. As you all can see, this is my old PC. I am going to take it apart, but first, I will show the back of it, the wiring connections. I first turned off the PC, then, I started to unplug the cables one by one once the power cord was removed. Do you still see the green light on the PC? Well, I am going to show you a trick. Warning, you should never work on a PC that is still connected to power. To get rid of that light and eliminate the remaining power running through the PC, or technically drain the remaining power, all you have to do is press the power button for a few seconds until the green light disappears. Now, it is time to remove the lid of the case. It is amazing all the components we can see inside a computer. Hey, that is my brand new CMOS battery. That is my new hard drive as well with 500 gigabytes of storage capacity. Now, I recommend anyone to ground yourself before touching any components inside the computer case. Human body discharges electrostatic that can be harmful for any component. I would suggest you use an anti-static strap, or if you do not have one, touch the frame of the computer to eliminate any electrostatic in your hands and fingers. Now it is time to remove some components. First I might need to remove one of those metal inserts, and the screw holding the bracket with the yellow warning sticker. I have to make room to install the new PCIe card. I am opening the new PCIe card. The adapter comes packed in a very special package that protects the part against any electrostatic discharge, which could possibly damage the component, and I am about to show the content inside the box. I can see 2 extra adapters, with the driver installation disc, instructions and a couple of screws. That is the high-quality Cisco console DB9 female serial cable to Ethernet or J45 connection. This cable goes connected to the Cisco switch in the console hole. The back of the package shows that this cable can connect multiple devices or appliances. Now, I am taking the serial card out of the package with the intention to install it and test it afterwards. I am really curious and see the end results, hoping this card is compatible as it says in the purchase description. If it is not, then I will have to return it back to Amazon. Tip: make sure you align the card properly on the slot. Gently push down and make sure it seats properly. Avoid touching the card components too. We do not want to damage the card with electrostatic discharge coming from our body. I think I removed the wrong slot, since the card was not aligning at all. There is a bracket that has a bolt that is holding down the metal slot, and it is not letting me to remove it. That is the slot in which I would need to install the serial port card. I need to remove that bolt so I can remove the metal bracket that is holding down the metal slots. You can use a flat screwdriver for this task. Once the bolt is removed, then you push and pull up the metal slot. Yep. Might not even need to put this metal slot back. Next, I am going to reinsert the serial port card. I have an advice: make sure you push down gently until you feel it seats correctly on the motherboard. Okay, there you go. It is in. The metal bracket I removed earlier will help to hold down the serial port card in place. It is time to place back the bracket and the bolt. I am installing the bracket with bolt. Oh wait, I might as well install that metal slot now. Advice: I always recommend installing all components removed in a reverse order. Once the bracket is on, and securing the serial port card, and the metal slot, it is time to screw in that bolt. I know, I am using a Phillips screwdriver instead of flat screwdriver, but this tool should do the trick for now. After I am done securing the serial port, I always like to make sure it's secure by gently moving the component with my fingers. Now, it is time to place the lead, or cover on the side of the PC by sliding it. This cover has another bolt that need to be secure with your fingers. There is no need to use a tool, and there is no need to over-tighten this bolt. Okay, it is time to reconnect all the cables back to this PC. Once all the cables are reconnected, we must test our work. I have to install the driver so the PC can detect the new hardware installed, otherwise it won't work. At this point, all the wires have been connected back to the PC. I am about to plug in my Cisco console cable 9-pin DB9 to our J45. After plugging in the DB9 cable, I am going to flip my PC and get it ready for testing. And here is my Cisco Catalyst 3560C switch, ready to be plugged in with the other end of the DB9 cable, which is in our J45 Ethernet tip. This switch also features PoE, which means it's power over the Ethernet. This technology allows Ethernet cables to transmit both data and electrical power to devices, eliminating the need for separate power cords. I only paid $45 plus shipping fees. I believe this was a great buy. This device would be my network lab, only for practice and improve my skills. It is time to open Device Manager in my PC and configure the driver so the DB9 serial port can work properly. As you can see on the screen in Device Manager, those are all the drivers and software I installed with the purpose to establish that connection between PuTTY and the Cisco switch. All these drivers have the exclamation point triggered, which means there is a problem with the software, or the driver is not functioning properly. I decided to open a new window, hoping it will detect the new hardware, but unfortunately it was not detected. I chose the option to update the driver, and still Windows kept displaying a message that the best driver has been already installed, which is not always true and accurate. Okay, let's not waste more time, and let's install the new driver using the CD that came with the DB9 serial port card. In my case, I still have a DVD, CD bay available. For those that do not have this option, you must go straight to the serial port card manufacturer's website to download the driver. Once the CD is placed in your DVD, CD player, a new window will appear with one folder that has to be opened. We must double-click it, and will display a few options, and Windows version to be installed on your PC. In my case I have Windows 10 Pro with 64 bits. Once the Windows version has been chosen, follow the prompts. It should be an easy and quick process. Do not forget to click the Setup. If you pay attention to the window I have opened on the back, that is Device Manager. That window kind of flashed reflecting and making the changes to the new driver being installed. The new driver has been successfully installed, with COM port 1 and COM port 2. I will delete the rest of the useless drivers I previously installed soon. If leave those drivers there, they might create a conflict with the new driver. Once I have deleted those useless drivers, I will open up PuTTY to try to establish the connection with the Cisco switch. As you can see, I have my RJ45 Ethernet end connected to my switch in the console port. Let's double-click PuTTY, then let's choose a COM port. I might try one by one to see which one gives the connection I need. Now, I am going back to Device Manager to make sure I chose the correct COM port. Once in PuTTY, must click on Serial option, so I can choose the COM port. Once I have made my choice, in my case I decided to try COM port 2, because that's where I have plugged in the DB9 cable. There are other ways to check and verify the correct COM ports, but I am just going straight forward to the point. Once the COM port 2 is chosen, then click Open on the button of the PuTTY application. From this point, you should get a black screen with a green indicator. To verify if you have established connection with the switch, you must press Enter. From there, you should be able to see the name of the switch. A successful connection should allow you to see the name of the switch for you to start configuring. I started sending commands to the switch, and the switch is accepting my commands. The commands have been accepted by the switch. Now I can fully play around with the switch and start configuring it.
We have reached the end of this video. I did this video with the intention of helping others facing this problem. Keep in mind that not all videos that you watch online relate and cannot possibly help others to fix this problem. Many people already have the DB9 serial port installed, and they do not mention it. That is why it's easy for them to update the driver or just add the legacy hardware in Device Manager and make it work. I hope you all like this instructional video. The voice in this video has been converted with TTS Maker, a free text-to-speech, which is easier for me to put my thoughts together and type them in the program, releasing an AI voice. I will post a link with both parts I purchased for my PC. Please, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.